Stay informed and stay in the know. Learn and interact with compelling conversation. Grow your mind and transform your thinking. This is the Bev Smith Show on the Empowerment Radio Network.
We want to thank Priscilla Clark of Clark and Associates for helping us get in touch with Charles Dutton, who's starring in Least Among Saints, an independent film that will be premiering in certain cities across the country this week. You met Martin Papazian, who is the producer, director, the funder. It was great talking to him. He was on the highway. And we're continuing our conversation with Charles Dutton, who stayed a little longer than he planned. And we appreciate it. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. So, Charles, what do you say to young people when they say, I want to be like you. I want to be on the stage. I want to get a career out of it. What do you say to them? And what do you say to people who look at Octavia Spencer and Viola Davis, the talk of the world, with the help, and you don't even see them now? What do you say about that?
Well, you know, when I talk to the young students in the theater programs in the universities around the world and the acting programs, my main point of focus, Bev, is that why are you going into this? What is it that you want to get out of this? You just happen to like being funny? Do you happen to like dancing, singing? Do you just like it? Or is it something that you're trying to do? Is it something that you want people to feel? Because it's a big difference between the self-aggrandizing, what show off, look at me, and then the person who thinks about, I believe my talent could change the world, and so young students, when I say, listen, you have to be an artist first. You can't go in thinking I'm going to be rich and famous and have a big Cadillac, a big a Mercedes-Benz and a big house in L.A. If you go into it that way, you're looking for a major disappointment. But if you go into it as an artist, then you'll be able to handle all of the lean and hard times because you never went into it looking to be greedy anyway. You went into it because it was something in your soul that you wanted to put across to the rest of the world to advance civilization and get people to discover or rediscover your humanity. I tell students all their humanity. I tell students all the time when the play opens, when the lights come up on a play and the audience is there, the audience already knows that it's not 1930 in the play. They know it's costumes. They know it's a set. They're already way ahead of you, and most of the audience already has a fixed and cemented view about life and the world. But if you as an artist do your job on that stage and leave an ounce of your internal essence on that stage floor each and every night that you perform, somebody in that audience is going to be touched by it, moved by it, and it will break that rigid and cemented worldview they have or life view that they have. And when they leave that theater, the residue of experience, it may not hit them right then. It may hit them 3 months later. But they will have become a changed person. They will have discovered or rediscovered humanity and want to go out into the world to make the world a better place. That's what real artists do. That's the mammoth task of real artists. And when you listen to a real artist, particularly old school folks, musicians, dancers, singers, you get a sense of that. And I'm not making, that's not a disparaging remark about this generation.
No, but
unartistic thing, but that's what it was about for people, you know, and so that's what I bestow on them when I talk. You know, sometimes they say, well, shit, I just want to make some money. And I say, well, I wish you well. You know, but other than that, you know, it's about being an artist.
Well, you mentioned the money part of it, and which I think is really interesting because I can't even begin to tell you how many young people, especially when I was on BET, would come up to me and say, when I go to college or something, how did you do what you do? How much money do you make? No, and it really and truly, I said, baby, I don't want to bust your bubble, but I live paycheck to paycheck just like you do. And they look at you like you're crazy because they don't understand. They really don't understand. They see the glamour of it all. And I think somewhere along the line, we have forgotten to mention the passion for it. Because what you're talking about, Charles, is your passion for what you do. And it shows. You become that character on that stage. Yeah, we know, you know, Piano Man, we know that it's not that time. But the real, true artist in you takes us there. Takes us right there. That was the beauty of the marriage between you and the late August Wilson. You took us there. You had us see it. And that was the beauty of people like Roscoe Lee Brown. We forget about him. And the Percy Rodriguez's and all those stars from before. We forget about them. Should we be forgetting about them, or should we, who are in the craft, be responsible, maybe just the Black History Month or something, of remembering and getting us to remember all of those who went before and paved the way?
Well, you know, and Bev is, well, you know better than I do. You know, our struggle is from the cradle to the grave, and it's difficult and as exhausting as it is, particularly for people of our generation and beyond. You know, we're still going to have the struggle, so it's not going to leave. You know, it's not going anywhere. So you might as well fall in love with the struggle again. But having that passion, you know, that passion lasts until the end of your life, and so you know, it's that whole thing of you know, everyone won't be passionate about anything. You know, I mean, it's sometimes you want to think that passion is reserved to somehow reserved to a handful of people to get other people to be passionate. Everybody's not born with it, but those who are and can emulate it and get it out there to other people to get invigorated with passion and do it, then that's our task. That's our task in life, and it is exhausting. There's, you know, when I look at grandmothers around the country, African American grandmothers who are raising grandkids or great grandkids, and I say in one level how unfair that is. Now, their own children, they might be in all kinds of, they might be drug addicts, they might be in prison, but that grandma she fought her fight, you know, and she's now not able to pass the mantle on because that generation under her, that child, that great grandchild, the child that had the babies, you know, while she was still a child, and now it's almost like we've kind of served in biblical court of our legacy, and that is so un-African to, you know, disrespect your elders or leave your elders to carry the fight on when it should be passed. But I want to say one thing when you mentioned August Wilson, because here's a major concern of mine where August Wilson's legacy is concerned. And it has to do with black actors and black directors. You know, I've noticed since August has passed away that there's been a whole host of people out of the woodwork who are August Wilson experts, you know, on his works. You know, and in the, I mean, oh man, I mean, and so, but what I see when I travel the country and I look at production, and I talk to black actors, and I talk to black directors, what I see